Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. Man, this is the best time of year because we have two Yellowstone shows on. We've got 1923 that just started this past Sunday, and then we're continuing. This is, I guess, technically the mid-season finale of Yellowstone in a way. 7 and 7, I guess. This would kind of count because there's 14 episodes.
Well, they advertised the episode 2 weeks from now as the mid-season finale.
Oh, okay. So the one 2 weeks from now is the mid-season finale.
Yes,
Interesting.
and so it's like a break, mid-season finale, and then I don't know how big of a break, but maybe a substantial kind of a break.
Interesting. Garrison, it's so funny that Garrison comes and hangs out in the chat. Garrison does not watch either show, but I mean, he needs to.
Harrison Ford's in it, Garrison.
Harrison Ford, Garrison, come on. I mean, I've stooped so low as to I've seen Paranoia with Harrison Ford, seen Firewall with Harrison Ford, Hollywood Homicide. I mean,
wow.
I've seen the low of Harrison Ford content. This, luckily, does not seem to be the low of the low. This looks like it's going to be a good show. I think that's what we've decided to do. We're just going to go kind of like in chronological order. But first, of course, I do have to introduce Roth from Wyoming. How's it going, buddy?
It's going great. We're getting a little chilly up here. It's
I can tell you're a little chilly.
The
hood up.
Yeah, it's supposed to get like crazy cold, like negative 65 wind chill in a lot of the state tomorrow and Thursday.
No.
So yeah, it's supposed to be all right tomorrow morning. So I think I'm gonna go run some errands and stuff tomorrow morning, and then just hunker down and seal up the door. Maybe I don't know what.
So can you do the radio gig from the house?
Yes, but I'm on vacation right now.
Oh, that's right. Yep. You're on vacation. Okay. You're like, I don't care what happens to the radio.
Don't care.
That's a good deal. I mean, why not worry about that? So let's dive in. We may have some Dr. Earl show up later. We may have Hurricane Rhett show up later. We may have Chef Melissa. I don't know. I don't know who's coming tonight. During the holiday season, you just never know who's going to be available. So we're just playing it by ear. I do want to shout out the director of this first episode, which I believe is just called 1923. They didn't name the episode. I think the episode.
I believe that's right.
Yeah, I think the episode is just called 1923. Boring name for the episode. But Ben Richardson is the director. He has directed a lot of episodes of Yellowstone, I believe, as well. He's like a Taylor Sheridan guy. He's been directing some of the other Taylor Sheridan shows.
Cinematographer for most of the
and a cinematographer, exactly. Yeah, he's a big time Taylor Sheridan guy. So I know that's a big deal. Like Wind River, that's some good cinematography.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. Teeter's Bar. What's up, Dr. Earl?
I want that bar up there.
Give me that bar.
Give me that bar.
What the bar? Well, we're going in chronological order, so we are going to talk about 1923 first.
Well, then
that bar don't exist yet.
I have to change my name then. I'm sorry.
You don't have to change your name. It's okay. You can leave it Teeter. It's all the same universe.
No, sir.
We might get to see some of like Teeter's ancestors in this in 1923. I mean, you never know.
Hey, man, I'm all about being in the Serengeti.
There you go.
Oh yeah, you like the Africa part, don't you?
Spencer's leopards.
Yeah, so let's do this.
1923.
Let's talk about this family tree, just so we can
it's a little tricky.
Get on the same page, try and work this out.
This is for the audience.
This is for the audience. So we've got Harrison Ford, Jacob Dutton.
Yes,
Jacob
Dutton. That is my name.
Jacob Dutton. He is James Dillard Dutton's brother, who was Tim McGraw in 1883. So there's that.
And
I think
Claire's
there's another sibling
brother who's Sarah Atwood in Yellowstone.
That's right.
Yes, who is deceased.
Who is also Sarah whatever.
Yes.
Sarah
Atwood. Right. Yeah. She
my uncle came to take over the land.
Right. Oh, and we do have to, of course, shout out Elsa. Elsa Dutton is
still Elsa doing the narration.
Poison Arrow just didn't quite do the trick.
No, she's able to narrate the series
from the grave.
Somehow. Even from the grave, she's like Marley's ghost. She's like hanging out, narrating the show.
We can't
I
get away
don't know
from her.
how. It was a shock to the system. I was kind of prepared because they did have some voiceover from her in the trailer. So I was like, maybe this is just for the trailer.
I thought it was just going to be for the trailer, and then I heard it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It caused a massive slump. I know I'm in all black here.
No,
but
you're fine.
I was all sitting up, ready to start the episode, and then the narration came on. And it was just a.
It like takes the wind out of you. You're like,
Yes.
oh,
It's going to
why?
happen. They're going to do it. All right.
Well,
Whatever.
I mean, Roth and I were talking in the pre-show. It's kind of just like to tie the two series together. I mean,
maybe
kind
You know what I
less
really
and
think it
less.
is? I think Taylor Sheridan heard everybody say, "I hate this so much. Please don't do
Probably.
it." And he's like, "No, I made this.
gonna do
I am
it."
going to do it."
He's like Tony Gilroy. He's like,
Yes.
oh, if you hate it, or apparently James Mangold as well. If you hate this, I will do it. All these egocentric directors and stuff. So yeah, so we've got basically Jacob Dutton. He's been thrust into this patriarchal position, whether he wants to be or not. I mean, I guess.
You were right, by the way. That episode of Yellowstone.
Yeah,
that was Tim McGraw's death.
That was Tim McGraw's death. Well, we
Yes.
don't know.
I'm sure it was, though. It had
No,
to.
the snow.
I think you
and
were
the
right.
drift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Garrison. I knew Garrison. I knew that would get under Garrison's skin. I don't understand this Mangold comment. So yeah, I mean, basically, I guess Faith Hill's character. What's the wife's name again? Margaret sent a letter to Jacob.
Yes, after James died.
After James died, asking him to come to Wyoming because he was
Montana.
Montana. I'm sorry. Where was he before?
Somewhere out east.
Tennessee.
Okay,
Aren't they from Tennessee originally?
Oh yeah, they were from Tennessee. Yeah, so I guess he maybe
James
stayed
was from Tennessee. I don't know if Jacob was as well. His wife, Helen Mirren, is an Irish immigrant.
She's Irish. That's all right.
So yeah, that's one interesting thing because there's going to be these sheep herders that are the antagonists apparently, or I don't even know if you can really call them antagonists, but they aren't getting along with the Duttons. Basically,
is it Jerome Flynn?
Yeah, Jerome Flynn from
Braun of the Blackwater.
That's right. That's right.
Such a good cast. This show has
legit.
We don't deserve the cast of
No.
this show. It's a really, really good cast.
No,
so yeah, it's interesting that Jacob is married to an Irish woman when he's about to have to fight with some sheep herders. That's going to be an interesting juxtaposition there.
Well, apparently Timothy Dalton's going to show up in this show at some point.
At some point, and I think he must.
I think he's the head of the sheep herders.
He's got to be the head of the sheep herders because he's a little bit
dad,
older.
maybe.
Huh?
He could be that character's dad. You're right, Jerome Flynn's
dad.
Well,
do we know his name yet? Let's see. If we can find it.
The character's name is Banner. Banner Creighton is that character's name. So Timothy Dalton, how old is Timothy Dalton now?
Jerome Flynn is a Creighton. Oh, you were wondering what Timothy Dalton's. That was not Timothy Dalton's character's name.
Oh, is he a Creighton also?
You were saying. I don't know. Let me look.
Oh, okay. We don't know. Yeah, we haven't seen Timothy Dalton's character yet, but
let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm trying to think how much older Timothy Dalton is from Jerome Flynn, because Jerome Flynn, he's either young
he's a pretty old dude.
He's lived a hard life and he's younger than Timothy Dalton, or Timothy Dalton. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if maybe they're brothers or something.
I think I was wrong. But...
Donald Whitfield. Oh, okay. Thank you, chat. I like that Garrison, who doesn't watch these shows, can pull up this information quicker than Rob. No.
Yes, we have.
Well, he will be an
Garrison.
Irish character, though. I'm pretty sure that he's going to come in and be part of the sheep herder.
Yeah, or at least English or Irish.
So one of my favorite indie actors, James Badge Dale, who's been in some really good indie films.
Like to see him there.
He's a major character. He's John Senior.
He's John Dutton.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the
John Dutton Senior. He's James is Tim McGraw's son, oldest son.
Yeah. Oldest. Yeah. So James Dillard Dutton's oldest son.
Oh, so then
Jerome Flynn is 17 years younger than Pierce Brosnan, by the way.
That's good.
That's what I was looking up. That's why I was.
Oh, you mean Timothy Dalton?
Garrison.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So if he's John Dutton Senior,
yes, he's John Dutton Senior.
So and then Kevin Costner's John Dutton the third.
The third.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is Dabney Coleman, basically.
Basically,
as a younger man. Okay.
Or is there one in between? No, you're right. Yeah. So this would be Dabney Coleman as a younger man. Yeah, that's how we've seen that character in Yellowstone portrayed by Dabney Coleman.
And
now,
this
James,
is the son.
This is the oldest son of James Dillard Dutton. So Tim McGraw's oldest son.
And his second and youngest son is Spencer Dutton, who is in Africa and who fought in World War One.
Yeah. Good stuff. So,
oh man, I'm all about some Spencer.
Jack Dutton, the younger sort of upstart who's supposed to be getting married,
but he's got to drive cattle.
John Sr.'s son.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Well,
just want to make sure.
Aren't they both Spencer and John?
Well, right? Or Jack is John Sr.'s son, so he is Harrison Ford's great nephew.
Technically speaking, yes, because I don't know if he adopted him or whatever.
Do we know? But do we know? Is Spencer Harrison Ford's son? Maybe
no. Spencer is
he's younger son.
Tim McGraw's son.
Yeah, it's Tim McGraw's younger son. He was the little kid.
Yes, but no. Spencer Dutton, the character of Spencer Dutton, never made an appearance in 1883.
He was in that one scene though, wasn't he?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
You mean the one in Yellowstone where
he was in Yellowstone? Yes, he was in the
Snowdrift
scene.
And the kids.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I meant. The one where we see James Dillard die. We see James Dillard die in that scene.
They all die in the Snowdrift. Apparently.
Yeah, we see the little. So somehow
Same with Margaret, right? Doesn't she freeze to death? Is that in a snowdrift?
No,
she died somehow, but she was found frozen in a snowdrift.
Oh my goodness!
Like I would assume that means like the kids brought her outside, so she didn't like rot.
Yeah.
In the house would be my guess.
Yikes! So these
John
kids
Senior and Spencer couldn't talk when Jacob showed up. Oh yeah,
yeah. These kids have seen some stuff, which is
Mommy's frozen out back.
So it appears that Jacob Dutton, who is Harrison Ford, is kind of like is he the land marshal? I guess in this as well.
Some kind of.
He's got a badge.
Is he the cattle?
Head of the Stock Growers Association, I would assume.
He's head of the Stock Growers Association.
Okay, yeah, I think something. Yeah.
Which Robert Patrick, which was a surprise. I didn't know that. He was in the
that
show.
Was great. Man, he's gotten old. I was like,
he looks like he's the right hand. Well, didn't he pass away? No. Oh no, that's Ray Liotta. That's Ray Liotta. I'm sorry.
Oh no, Robert Patrick.
Because Robert Patrick was just in Peacemaker too.
He was, yeah.
He's kind of having a resurgence, isn't he, of his career?
He is, but man, his character in Peacemaker was rough. Rough. But yeah, it was cool to see him. I didn't know he was going to be in the series, so it was neat to see him
with a sweet stash.
He has a sweet stash. Speaking of sweet stashes, I think Josh Lucas was the bartender, uncredited. He was the soda shop bartender. Just uncredited, just throwing him in the show. I mean, just for fun. He's not a Dutton in this show. He's just thrown in for fun.
So they all have badges, but didn't you get the impression that Robert Patrick was like the
sheriff of the town?
Or
at least like county sheriff, maybe.
Or maybe a federal guy as opposed to a town guy. I didn't quite follow, but
yeah. So he was trying to kind of walk Jacob through this whole sheep herd stuff that was happening.
Yeah,
because they want the land and
you gotta graze, baby.
Basically, Dutton's like, sorry, you'll have to go into the mountains.
And I guess there's a drought. There's a drought right now.
Yes, and locust. I will say
locust and drought.
That first time we see Harrison Ford, I just had the biggest smile on my face.
Oh, dude,
it just makes me smile every single time I see him. It doesn't matter
even though
what
he
he's
looks
in.
So old.
His look is just so fitting for this role, and
I get it.
It's awesome.
He's walking slow, man.
I was into it. No, I was totally. Yeah, no, I was
when he pulled the gun, I was like, "Oh, there we go."
I love how the episode started with Helen Mirren, though. She was laying down. I mean, taking care of
that poor guy's trying to load his gun. And
a range war is not far away.
Yeah.
Yes, a range war is coming. Yeah, I mean, especially
the sheep herder.
Well, we don't know. Let's not jump ahead. But something that happens at the very end of the episode, we don't know if a character survives or not. I'm sure he does, but I mean, we don't know for sure.
One character didn't survive.
Well, no,
that's in Africa, though. We'll worry about.
Yeah, so they are jumping around a little bit. They jumped to Africa where Spencer's hanging out. Now Spencer
killing lions.
So based upon one conversation, well, not a conversation, but a letter that his aunt was writing him. I got Kara.
Yes.
Kara was writing a letter. It sounds like Spencer was running away and kind of like didn't want to be back home. He like was running away from responsibility, maybe, or
he's
just
shell shocked.
Yeah, maybe like
World War I, man, it'll do it.
He's probably had a rough. Yeah, okay, yeah, he was a soldier, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay.
It's because you notice they're starting these flashbacks with him and
right.
World War I.
Right.
This is a little bit later in the episode, but I think that's going to be a continuing story.
They had a World War I flashback?
Yeah.
I missed that.
What? He's asleep on the train. The train arrives in
and he pulls the gun.
Nairobi.
Yeah. It's kind of like middle of the episode.
Oh man, I might have dozed off. I watched this. I watched it super late, so I might have missed that particular.
I watched this for the first time Saturday night, Sunday morning when it first dropped, and Paramount Plus screwed up my account.
Oh no!
And
apparently that happened to a lot of people.
I was getting full commercial breaks, like 9 straight commercials in a row, every single break. I was like gonna tear my hair out. I was like,
I thought I had premium, but I'm getting 4 commercial breaks.
So what happened is when they switched to allow people to get Showtime, if you didn't opt in on that, I think they automatically put everybody back to the cheaper.
But I did opt in, and I still had it.
Oh, weird.
Yes, and so I was getting so frustrated because it was taking so long to watch this. 45-minute episode that I was like, I need to reach out to customer service, and they emailed me back, and they're like,
I would look at it.
Sign out of your devices and sign back in. You should be good.
There was, I was just following along on Twitter today, and man, there were some people that were really struggling with Paramount Plus today. I was like, dang.
It was seriously like 10-minute breaks in between like every single commercial. It was unreal.
That's horrible.
Oh, wait a minute. Garrison's refuting this.
Yeah, he's saying
they reverted
people. Well, something went down though. I mean, there were obviously with y'all. I mean, you thought
it was some sort of clerical error.
Yeah, there's something going on. Unless it's just become the standard sub without Showtime. Well, I think you can do. I think you can. Well, maybe not. Maybe if you don't do the Showtime thing, you can't have premium.
No, you.
Anyways,
can.
we're getting in the weeds here.
Yeah,
but
so they have a town hall. The sheep herders come in, and they're pretty upset.
Yeah,
that's a great first scene.
You can kind of see where John Dutton III gets his surly attitude.
Yes,
from his
it seems to run in the family.
His great uncle or great uncle, just great uncle.
Wait, John Dale. Wait,
no. What would
Jacob great uncle?
Great uncle. Yeah, 2 greats. So yeah, he's very surly in that town hall.
Oh, you're talking about Jacob Dutton, yeah.
Yeah, Jacob's just like, I don't care. I don't care about your sheep.
Well, I mean, it is interesting. Not fully skipping ahead, but it's the problem that they got in trouble for this first time. They cut the fence, go into the Dutton's property later in the episode, but it's always like, you even see it in like some of the westerns, like from the 40s or 50s or whatever, depending on when they were set. Some of them are set with like the bad guys being the ones who are fencing up the open range and like taking away the open range. And then if they're set like 10 years later, it's about
it's the people
being upset that people are like coming into their property.
Yeah.
And so it's just interesting. I really like that aspect where.
Yeah, I like all of that stuff. I mean, some of it's obviously a little bit difficult to comprehend just because that's not a world that I understand very well. But I'm getting what's going down. I mean, with the sheep herders versus the cattlemen. I mean,
and it's very true. Sheep do
graze
sheep
too much.
Eat they eat the grass, like they eat the roots, and so it takes a very long time for fields to come back. Where when cows eat, they just eat the grass down, and then it's you don't have to like plant seed, or you don't have to wait for natural grass seed to make its way to that valley anymore.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Kind of the other storyline that we're introduced to here is Tiana Rainwater's storyline. She's going to be a major character in this, and historically speaking, it appears that the Native Americans have all been captured at this point, from or something.
No, they're not captured, but they're.
Are they? It doesn't seem like they're willingly
they're under,
at this place.
Or
they're under government control.
Yes,
basically.
it's
okay.
so.
Okay.
What these schools were called, they're American Indian boarding schools or American Indian residential schools, and the whole purpose of them were to send these young Native Americans to these schools so when they get out, they can be integrated into American society and know the language, know the customs, and be able to succeed in American society is what they were quote unquote designed for. Whether that was the right thing to do or not is maybe not what I'm here for. But yeah, I learned about these in college as well. Assimilate is the exact word.
It's assimilate.
Okay.
And so a lot of the American Indian parents would willingly send their kids to these schools. So it may not be the kids may not willingly be there, but and of course a lot of them would not, but we're not going to see that aspect of it.
That's right, Melissa. That's right.
we're not going to see the American Indians that are happy to send their kids to this, I'm sure, because this is a really bad thing in Taylor Sheridan's eyes.
Well, and like you alluded to when we were talking in the pre-show, Roth, I mean, as a man of the Catholic faith, as you are, it's frustrating often to see the portrayal of priests and
that seems a little
nuns in this way, but like you said, it's typical Hollywood.
Yeah, it's very unsurprising. It's definitely. I don't have the biggest issue with it because I'm the first one to admit the Catholic Church, a lot of problems happening. But
abuse of power.
Yes, for sure. And
it happens in Protestant churches too.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And Garrison, that's an aspect of it. They're not allowed to speak Lakota or whatever tribe
language
these guys are. They can only speak English in this school. But it's part of me doesn't blame the Taylor Sheridan for doing it this way, because I think probably the most effective way to tell a story is to take actions from the past, if you're trying to set it in like history, and take them to their most extreme. It's the most entertaining way to do it for sure.
Well, and it helps you to root for the protagonist even more.
Yes.
It helps you to root for Tiana getting out of there even more, because you're showing this super evil priest who ends up being more evil than the nun. Which we can shout their names out as far as the actresses are or actor and actress is concerned, because they've been around for a while. Jennifer Ellie is Sister Mary. Jennifer Ellie is Sister Mary. She's an actress that's been around a really long time. And same with Sebastian Roque. He's Father Renaud. Sebastian Roque, that dude's a character actor that has been around 30 plus years. I mean, he's been around a really long time, and he's a good actor too. I mean, I don't mean when I say character actor, I mean, I'm not trying to be flippant. I mean, they're both really good actors. So
Karen O'Malley is Sister Alice. Is that the
Jennifer Ellie, EHLE?
Yeah, Jennifer L is Sister Mary. She's the one that was.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at IMDb, but maybe
you didn't scroll. You scrolled too much, I think.
This is another sister.
But yes, there was that one other sister that we saw as well that had a line or two, I think. But yeah, I mean, it just makes you root for Tiana Rainwater to get out of the school, and I mean, obviously she's going to be a big character with that last name, because the Rainwater, of Thomas Rainwater. So I'm guessing this must be Thomas's maybe great grandmother.
Well, just grandmother, right? He's
probably just grandmother, because she's pretty young. She's probably like 16.
Okay.
Yeah, we're 23. We're 23 right now, and so.
Okay. Just one great, huh? Okay, I'm with you.
Hey, listen, my mom was born in the 20s, so 29. She's 93.
Okay. Yeah, so you're probably right then. Yeah, great. So yeah, this is Thomas's great grandmother. That's interesting.
No, just grandmother.
Oh, just grandmother.
Yes.
Not even a great.
No,
I don't think so.
No,
wow. Okay, that's even closer than
unless they get have a lot of kids in between.
See, that's kind of the other thing with this school is I don't know how accurate their timeline is.
Oh, okay. As far as like when these schools were.
1923 seems to be a little late for this.
This seems more like
Stuff
something
to
in
be
the
happening.
1800s, probably,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
I could be wrong on that, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, originally wasn't this show? Well, no, originally this was going to be 1932, and then they switched it to 23 for whatever reason. I guess they just figured out they wanted to have some different characters.
My guess on that is they wanted to set it in the Great Depression, and they wanted to set it. I can't remember when the temperance and prohibition ended, but I know I can't remember if it was the 20s or 30s that ended.
Well, I mean, prohibition was obviously it's portrayed.
I thought the Great Depression was later, wasn't it?
It is, and that's why, like, the Great Depression was like in the 30s.
The 30s, yeah.
But Montana had, I think they did their research and realized that Montana's Great Depression like came before everybody else's because of the locusts and drought.
Okay.
Oh,
and so that's why they moved it back.
The Dust Bowl, wasn't there a Dust Bowl at some point in the?
Well, that's
and the Dust Bowl was more like
30s.
Kansas, Nebraska,
Kansas,
yeah, that's true. Okay.
And so
teach us our American history, Jacob.
Yeah, that
bring us
the stuff in Montana where the depression kind of hit.
Depression starts in 29. Yeah, that's right. The stock market crashed in 29.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, college
graduate. That would track then. I mean, from what you were saying, Jacob, Montana's depression starts a little bit earlier. So, I mean, that's interesting. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, we've got a situation where I guess they're having to move the cattle, which is funny, but they're portraying that in Yellowstone right now as well. But Jack,
that's what you do. That's showing this is what cattle ranchers do.
Young Jack is supposed to get married to a Stratford,
to Elizabeth Stratford.
Do we know? Did you guys recognize that gal at all?
That actress?
I'm looking her up right now. She's Michelle Randolph.
She has a very famous sister, influencer sister.
Oh, an influencer
reality star
sister.
Oh, really?
Her sister, Cassie Randolph, won Colton's season of The Bachelor.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that was when I was actually watching The Bachelor. Yeah, I used to watch The Bachelor. It used to be very entertaining.
So this is obviously a younger sister then.
I don't know how old either of them are.
Because how long ago was that Colton season? That seems like that was a while back.
That was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
it wasn't. So her sister is 27.
So Michelle Randolph is is an influencer. She's a bit of all right.
She's a
lot of all right. So anyway, there's despondency here.
Michelle was born in 97, so she's 25, so 2 years younger.
2 years younger, not much younger then.
Mm-hmm.
So she's playing the typical scorned woman because her marriage is not happening the way she wants it to.
It's a young girl, Michael.
Jack's having to go work.
This is a stressful thing.
So I mean, I guess whatever. I mean,
Michael, the typical scorn woman.
This typical scorn. Sorry,
nice.
This
Michael.
is why.
We just lost our female viewership.
No, if Melissa was feeling better, she would have been on here to slap me around and to be like, "Look, shut up." No,
well, really, Melissa probably would have agreed with you. She'd been like, "Yeah, this woman was ridiculous."
This is true.
Well, I liked how.
It's funny that Kara Dutton makes an appearance. Like they're like, okay, they send Kara over to have a talk with,
She told what's his name, go away. You need to
go. Jack was making a fool.
I like she had this whole plan in her head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like, if you stay here, she will want to talk to you, and then you'll say something dumb, and then she will never want to see you again.
That was great.
I like Kara Dutton quite a bit. I think that's. I think Helen Mirren.
It's
going to be a really good character because she. She's a strong woman. She's a strong character. I mean, so it's going to be. It makes sense that she's married to Jacob. I mean, they're both like, they both have been through it. Like he, even Jacob mentioned. I mean, he's been on this land for quite a while now, since 1900, I think, is when he came to get Spencer and John Sr. and sort of like take him under their wings.
Was it the bedtime conversation? That was before she went to talk to the girl, right?
Yes.
Because Kara was like, well, is there any way we can
That's right after they figured out that they had to move all the cattle up the mountain.
He's
and
like,
would have
nah,
to push
they'll
the
all
wedding
die.
back.
They'll all die, right? Wasn't that
Yeah.
the thing? If we
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
So, but I like that little, bedtime tete-a-tete with two great actors.
Oh yeah, no, it was fantastic. Let's jump to Spencer. I wonder the repercussions of that girl dying. What's going to be?
Well, we're jumping right all the way in. So,
oh yeah, why not? I mean, we got to get to that part.
I like he's got his little team with him too.
He does have his little team.
I like those guys.
The African Bushmen. Yep.
Dr. Earl, remember, we're not jumping all the way in for Mikey because Michael missed the flashback scene.
I did. I missed the flashback scene.
Yeah, Michael, there's a moment.
Was it important?
I think it's relatively important. So he's asleep on the train, and the ticket taker comes and wakes him up, and he's having this flashback, and it shows what happened in World War I. Yeah.
Okay.
And his reaction to being woken up is him to hold the gun underneath his face.
He pulls a gun when this ticket taker, and he goes, I was having a dream, and he goes, obviously. And that's pretty funny, but
I can't believe I didn't see that scene. I thought I was awake that whole episode. When you get old, Jacob, you just fall asleep and you lose tracks of time.
I get it.
Yeah,
I do it with I did it with whatever.
I do that with football.
Oh yeah.
Get some nice football naps in.
Yeah, golf nap. Yeah. But I really thought I'd see the whole show. That's so frustrating. I need to go watch that one scene because that's the only one.
Well, to be fair, I was kind of doing stuff. It wasn't super compelling, and it wasn't very long.
Oh, I was right, man.
Didn't one of his buddies die or something? Maybe.
Yeah, lots. There were a few people and he killed quite a lot of Germans, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, man. He was just like bam, 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 and blood.
Had the machine gun out.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. So,
wait,
Mike, go back and watch the show.
What? There was a machine gun scene?
Yes.
He was like a marksman. He was just like.
Yes.
Now I question whether those old rifles would cause that much blood spray when you shoot, but
that's fair.
Hey, it's a Taylor Sheridan show. I mean,
I know.
have the blood spray.
It's the modern era, right?
Yeah,
you got all the way through clothes. You're gonna have. I was like, I don't know about this. This isn't like a high-powered. Anyway, whatever.
That's crazy.
Maybe he made a specialized gun.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah. I was like, wait, there's machine guns. I don't know what's happening.
You don't remember that scene?
No, I don't remember.
He killed Hitler.
Yeah, he saved Hitler's life.
Oh wait, wrong war. Sorry.
No, I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't remember that. This is more of the Stalin War. Yeah. I don't remember that at all.
Oh well, no, not that either. But
no.
This is the Kaiser War.
Kaisers, yeah. So okay, so we've covered most of everything that happened of importance except that very last scene. Because we need to jump into Yellowstone here. But that last scene, I'm sure Jack will be just fine. But he comes upon the sheep herder that takes a shot at him.
Oh yeah, he looks over
a really long distance, though. I mean, that was so I'm sure Jack's fine. I mean,
that was a lot of sheep too. Man, that would chew up some grass.
Yes, and so Jacob is not going to be happy about that. And we have
to have a range war.
Apparently, we have to wait 2 weeks before we find out.
And it was so interesting how they did it because he gets shot, and you would think that's the last thing that happens in the episode. But no, then they go to Helen Mirren just doing chores with her daughter
with Marley Shelton's character,
niece-in-law.
It'd be her niece-in-law. Yeah, it's John Senior's wife.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. They were looking out, waiting for him.
Yep, and doing their chores, going in to make dinner, and then. That's when she wrote the letter to Spencer, and then Spencer and the last scene was
Spencer with that thing jumping at him.
The thing jumping at him. Yeah.
What if we just lose both of them?
Both of them in one episode. Jack and Spencer are dead, and
it'd be like an episode of Titans. Well, there goes Lex Luthor.
Well, didn't let's see, was it season 1?
Bringing the CW bad guy
of Yellowstone where the oldest son dies? Was that in the first episode?
I think he gets shot in the first. I do think it was at least the first or second.
It was first or second.
They did a 2-parter or something. Maybe it was the first.
There was an interesting piece of narration from our wonderful Isabel May, kind of about this.
Yes.
where she says only 2 of them were able to grow to see their families grow. Or I'm sorry, only 1 of them was able to live to see their families grow.
Oh, so either John Sr. or Spencer are gonna.
It's got to be John Sr., right? For sure.
Well, no, because John Sr. is Dabney Coleman.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So So Spencer's the one that dies.
Yeah, and so like I just don't understand why they would give us that information. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like that's narration seemed a little bit early.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that does set you up for some bad news, but I mean, it is the Dutton family. I mean, it is what it is. I know. Yeah, exactly. The narrators gave us a spoiler alert. All right, so let's. Look, I'm hooked already. Anything with Harrison Ford. I was telling Roth before you got on that I've seen Paranoia. I've seen Hollywood Homicide. So I've seen bad Harrison Ford. This is not going to be bad Harrison Ford. This is like, I think that he's invested in the show. I think he likes working with Taylor Sheridan, and he obviously likes wearing a cowboy hat because that is his. Did you hear the story about the cowboy hat?
No.
So they went through how many hats was it, Earl?
75 hats trying to find the right hat.
hats trying to find the right one. They couldn't. And he basically just brought one from his house. And that is actually Harrison Ford's cowboy hat. And they were like, okay, that's the one. I mean, so from the standpoint of does the look of a cowboy hat change that much? Maybe that's not a hat you would have in 1923. I don't know.
I think it's fine. And
the Montana Peak is what they said.
Well,
the cleft in it is.
Before we really move into it, it is fascinating that first scene that we see when they're going through town.
Yeah.
1923 wasn't that long ago.
No.
Firewall.
Like it was 100 years ago, but like the difference between 1883 and 1923 and 1923 and 2022 isn't that much of a
sure.
Technology moved so fast between 83 and 23. It's crazy.
Right. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. Cars, planes starting to be developed.
But in Montana, there's still the horses around the cars.
Oh sure.
Yes.
In the
definitely in Montana, you'd still have that. Yeah. There's a changing. This is the change of landscape.
All right, so let us dive into episode 7 of Yellowstone. So much happened in this episode. I thought this was the mid-season finale, but I guess you're saying in 2 weeks they're calling that the mid-season
finale.
Mid-season finale in 2 weeks.
I don't know if they said that on my little because I watch it on the app.
I watch it on. I'm on YouTube TV.
I'm glad they're taking a break for Christmas week.
So did they actually? Well, apparently that's what they're doing
2 weeks.
1923.
The mid-season
Oh, wrong way.
In 2 weeks, the mid-season finale of Yellowstone.
What just happened here?
He's got his little board. He's got his sound effects.
Oh my gosh! He's smoking helium over there. What's going on?
I moved it the wrong way.
Okay.
2 weeks.
So this particular episode, I really enjoyed it. I mean, again, not like too much happened, but I honestly enjoy those episodes more, like where everything's kind of calm.
Yes,
there's not much going on. There can just be a lot of
cowboy stuff and
really good music. Let's go ahead and knock that part out. But
Okay.
I need to hear
what
this.
was the band? What was the band? at the end?
Oh, the band I know, but there was some other good songs.
Yeah, so the first song is by Flatland Cavalry, Mountain Song. Really good song.
That was a good song.
I usually, when these songs start playing, I go to my Spotify and see if I've got them saved. That was a song I already had saved.
Awesome.
The next one was by L.A. Edwards, Let It Out. I had never heard that one before.
was good too, though.
L.A. Edwards. But
was good.
then, of course, the performer at the fair, none other than Zach Bryan.
Yes, that he was awesome.
Awesome.
I was legitimately very surprised when
He showed up.
I was
like,
spoiled.
"Holy
I was
cow."
spoiled on that.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, yeah. I didn't watch the episode. Well, I can't watch the episode on Sunday. I have to wait till Monday to watch it on the app. And so, yeah, I unfortunately was spoiled that he was going to be on the episode. But it didn't take away from the fact that it was a great song from that album. Well, he did 2 songs.
3 of them.
Oh, did you do 3?
Motorcycle Drive-By was the
Love
opening
that
one
song.
when they get to the
Yep.
fair. Quitting Time was in there as well, and then finally Summertime Blues.
Summertime Blues was the slow one at
Mhm.
the end. Yeah.
And
So
they just keep having these. Like it seems, I feel like every episode ends with like a band on a stage
hey,
playing music.
that's all I
Shane
need.
Smith and the Saints, Laney Wilson, Zach
Yeah.
Bryan. We're
Yeah,
hitting all the
That's kind of all I
All of a
need.
sudden, it's
Indie
become a
country.
showcase.
That's all I want the show to be from this point on. I don't really want.
So we have a disease that comes in this episode.
I cannot even. It starts with a B.
Brucellosis.
brucellosis.
It's a cattle disease.
Brucellosis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
So
Brucellosis is a contagious, infectious, and communicable disease primarily affecting cattle, bison, and swine, and is caused by bacteria of the genus Brucella. Primarily affects bovine species, however, goats, sheep, and horses are susceptible.
It can wipe out a whole thing quickly.
and
herd.
they were finding some stillborn bison calves.
Mhm.
Yep, and that's one of the signs. Is your the most obvious signs is pregnant cattle, and pregnant cattle include abortion, birth of weak calves, and vaginal discharge.
Oh no, that sounds hard. Ugh.
Man,
so I guess I'm confused as to like how it gets on the land. Then like just one like a wild bison could have had it. I guess in this case.
Yeah, I think
how
so.
did the bison get on the land? More questions.
Well, yeah, that's what's interesting to me. Like, how are they getting through the fencing? I mean, isn't this all Dutton land?
Yeah, but those are really big animals.
Yeah, bison.
Like
No, you're right.
If they
You're
want to
right.
go somewhere, they will go somewhere.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, but
So,
they found a lot of them. They found a lot of cows.
and so now what do they got to do with the herd? They got to move it.
Yeah,
They're
well,
gonna lease some land.
Texas, right? Don't they go into
Eastern Colorado, actually.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Above the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle.
Now, I think that Beth
That's right.
is. I think we're about to go to Texas though, also, because Beth has contacted the 4-6's ranch, which was basically a commercial.
Yes,
because they do sell. They do sell.
Literally show the website.
They showed the website.
And I do have a note down here. I said if Taylor Sheridan figures out a way to sell Yellowstone Dutton Ranch beef online, he can make like unlimited spin-offs because that would be so many people.
Well, he owns the 4-6's ranch, so it's to his advantage to put.
Still selling his.
You're telling me that you sell steaks? Yes, ma'am.
Why, yes, we do at the 4-6's ranch. Go to FOUR6s.com.
Taylor Sheridan. No shame. It's fine. I get it.
Hey,
I'd be the same way. It made me really want a steak. I mean, yeah.
Yes, Garrison.
Yes.
I mean, that's essentially
relatively accurate.
That's essentially what was happening here.
There's a lot of product placement in Yellowstone.
Basically, Taylor Sheridan is like, how can I put my business into my TV show?
Yeah, exactly.
And promote it without. Oh man.
Yeah, there's always been a lot of. So yeah, I mean, I think Beth is going to try because otherwise this is not going to work. He doesn't have
some interesting discussions.
He doesn't have $1.2 million
a day, right?
A month, not a day. A month.
Oh, yeah, a month. Yeah, she thought a year. He said no, a month. Yeah.
No.
And so she knows the finances. She knows that there's no way the ranch can afford that.
You're not a businessman, Daddy.
So she's going to convince
Daddy,
her.
you're not a businessman.
She's going to convince her dad to get in the beef business because right now they're just in the cattle business.
Chop those things up. Let's go.
A little bit different. So yeah. It's interesting that we never found out if any of the cows had this disease, though.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused by that. They say if a single one of them have it, they kill the whole herd.
Right.
We see them move a cow into a chute and take a sample.
Right.
And so I don't know if them just...
Were they taking samples or doing vaccines? It looked like they were injecting them.
A little bit of both, I think. We saw, the branding, they do a vaccine at the same time they do the branding.
Well, the calves they were branding and vaccinating.
Yeah.
And the thing we talked about
the branding was cool when they were flipping them and
I was surprised Summer was.
Oh my gosh! I gotta do
participating. Yeah.
Oh goodness!
These poor babies. These poor babies.
Yeah, that was a little much. I'm like, come on, really?
I liked that.
I thought it was okay.
Yes, I liked it a lot, but What I'm talking about is they moved like a full-grown cow into a chute. That like
Yes,
blue thing
the
that like
blue thing. Yeah,
walked in and like
Caught the
snapped on
neck.
the head
yeah,
to like
yeah.
keep them there, and then they lifted up the tail, and I think that was them taking a sample from
The
That would
feces.
make
probably the
sense.
vaginal canal, if we would like to continue to be medically correct.
Oh, that makes
There
sense
is-
because of
there is
the
a Dr.
discharge,
Earl.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that totally makes sense. And then they were I think it was an injection, not a blood draw. It looked like it
into
was
the
some kind of
cow,
yellow.
into the calves. into the
Yeah,
calves,
yeah. It's probably some.
Wait, are you talking about the calves, Dr. Earl, or are you talking about what I'm talking about?
No, well, I don't know what they were doing in the shoot, but I thought I saw somebody holding a syringe at one point.
Yes, that was the Summer was vaccinating them.
Okay.
I went to a branding and I was recovering from a sprained ankle, which
Hangover.
I do
It's all
quite often.
right, Jacob. Hangover.
I had a boot on and I was vaccinating. So
you
I've
were
been the vaccinator
participating.
before.
You
Oh,
were
yeah.
the summer character.
What? You've done it.
Yes,
You were
yes,
the fish
with-
out of water summer character
with the boot. And that's when I stabbed myself. I did not
with
inject
the cow
myself.
vaccine.
I stabbed myself with the needle, but I did not inject myself with the vaccine.
Wow.
That means a little bit of that vaccine went in you. Then
They all do it. Well, I won't get blackleg now,
Oh.
so we're good.
there you go. You're
Black
good.
leg.
Black leg.
Yes, that's what
Where's
I think it was
blackleg?
Ethan that said. Well, have you ever seen one of these with blackleg? That's way more traumatizing. Blackleg is an infectious, non-contagious disease caused by Clostridium shavuae.
Oh,
Infection
Clostridium.
occurs when animals ingest bacterial spores while grazing. The bacterial spores penetrate the
grief.
intestine and are disseminated via the bloodstream to the skeletal muscle, where the spores remain.
Oh, Clostridial
Yikes.
myositis. Okay.
That's man, it's rough
Infectious,
raising cattle.
non-contagious.
Good
Mhm.
grief! I didn't realize that there was all these diseases. Ugh.
They got the Jimmy leg.
The
Oh wait, that's Seinfeld.
That's so, yeah,
Get the
that's
Jimmy
fine.
leg. Black leg. The black leg.
Of course, Sarah still scheming, manipulating
Oh,
Jamie
Big time.
even
Oh, of course,
further.
Beth wrote your Harvard essay, Jamie. How did I never see that?
Yeah,
I didn't really care for that scene, but
That was a dumb
No.
scene.
It
was
I
all right.
mean, yeah.
Well, I like how he said, "I just love." What did he say? I just wanted to be a cattleman or
Mhm.
something. I
Yeah, he
loved,
was
you know,
talking. Yeah,
when I
I
was
mean, I
forced
think
to
he
go
was
to
being
law
sincere.
school. Yeah. It was funny. He was just like
That's
really
good.
talking.
mm-hmm.
Oh no, I think he was sincere. Like he was bearing his soul to Sarah, who could give a rip. Like I don't
Playing him
believe
like
this
an absolute
she-
fiddle.
Yeah,
I
she's
mean-
just picking up on all his stuff,
and even his administrative assistants, like, come on,
Mhm.
you've got
yeah. She's like,
This
you know why
lady-
she's here.
yeah, this lady's completely playing you. I do like whenever Ellis shows back up, just because it reminds me of Die Hard. So I like whenever he shows back up.
I was surprised that Jamie didn't know it was in conservation easement. I
Yeah.
thought everybody knew that.
That was like
Yeah, I thought
four
that had been
that was
like-
4
Yeah,
episodes ago when we
yes.
found out about that. Come on, Jamie.
And then he just throws like a temper tantrum.
Yeah, he's back to his old Jamie self. He
Mhm.
throws a temperature tantrum. Yeah,
Jamie is backsliding.
He is.
he
No,
is, and he's going to backslide even further. When
And
this-
honestly,
Well,
it's Beth's fault.
yeah, I think so. I think it's Beth's fault. But they're about to go to war with him, which Beth has wanted
Yes.
to do. I mean,
Yes.
that's the mid-season finale. They showed that quick scene where she's ready to go to war. I mean, that's
He's
just
all-
kind of like,
Got some blood on his head.
yeah, well, she probably punched him in the face or something, like she always would. She likes to punch people.
Mhm.
Hey, we didn't
Although-
even talk about the opening scene. with
There was
Rip.
that sweet scene
Mm.
with Monica and Beth.
I like
when
that. Yeah,
Beth
that
was
a good scene.
sort of like telling her about her trauma. Now she didn't go into any like detail, but I mean, kind
He
of
was
like,
like, why are you so mean? I like how she just asked her or something.
yeah,
or-
no, that's very Monica's that way though. Monica's very forward with her.
yeah.
I thought that was an
Well, first of all, we had the girls doing the walk of
Laramie.
shame. And we had
Yeah.
little Laramie, and I
like that whole scene
that
Yeah.
whole
a
scene
lot.
was
I just
great.
choked on water. I apologize.
No, it's
I
okay.
know, I know. Jacob liked that scene.
I mean,
That
I like
scene
how
was
She
very-
called them
I like
sluts.
how-
What did she say? And she goes, "Well, what did she say about back at her about marriage or something?" She said,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
well-
mean, I didn't write down any of that.
That was-
Summer was all upset about marriage and how
Yeah.
every institution is designed to
It's
make you less whatever, subservient or whatever.
Beth didn't buy that at all.
And Beth is like, I agreed to be nice to you, but I did not agree to let you just run your mouth trying to take down all of these different.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was I loved all of that.
Whatever.
And I even loved when Laramie like turned back and she was like, I'm waiting for you to, and she was like,
Another
no, I'm
zinger.
done.
She's like, I'm all out of zingers.
I'm done. I'm good. Poor Laramie. Who
Man,
is
it's
she
hard.
hanging out? Who's she hanging out with right now?
Bingham.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Whatever his name is.
That's right.
Walker.
Walker. Yeah, you go.
I forgot. Yeah.
I look forward to moving them cattle down.
He's like, this is gonna be some real cowboy
shit.
This is gonna be some real
cowboy. Yeah.
I like the way he does it. All right. Tater's Bears back. So we got that down.
Oh, dude. That whole that was a little much. Like that bear. Give me the bear.
It was, but I liked their reactions. Like their reactions were appropriate. Like Colby's reaction was appropriate. Like,
I like how
you're
Colby's
being a
just
crazy
like,
person. There are children here. I like that a lot. That made me laugh.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it was good stuff.
No, I like the Monica because she said, "Well, I'm glad that she opened up to Monica."
Mm-hmm. Why are you so mean? And Beth's like,
I felt like Beth was more human this episode.
I'm not cruel.
I think these last like several episodes, like at least 2 in a row, she's kind of like calmed down because even now she's saying, which obviously that all changes when all this stuff goes down with Jamie, but in this moment, she's saying that she's going to go with Rip. She's like, I'm going to fly down there. I'm going to be with you. I can't be apart with you for a whole year.
We should mention, we're definitely, once they get down to Texas, we are definitely getting Jimmy back in this show.
Oh, sure. I mean, that's why I say they're going to the 4-6. Yeah, Jimmy and his fiance, who is like a main cast member now. She's not just an
Catherine Kelly.
Catherine Kelly. Yeah, she got moved up into a main role or whatever. Yeah, because Jimmy every week, I believe, is getting a cat in the cast listing, even though we haven't seen him yet.
And so is she on IMDb, at least.
It's weird. It's kind of weird. I think that's just because of the contract. They're paid.
Wow.
Yeah. So no. We're going to Texas. If they're going to be there for a year, especially, I mean, if all of that actually happens, do
we get an actual 4-6's show in between the next season of Yellowstone, and that's the year that they're down there?
It does make you wonder if that's what's about to happen, because I remember
almost like a Mando Book of Boba Fett type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. No, and that's a good point, because
that'd be a good idea.
I remember when that show was announced, Ryan Bingham was announced as part of the cast. So I wonder if that's what we're going to do here. I mean, I wonder if we're going to get a 1-season show of 4-6's in between the.
Yeah, and like if that season works, they can peel back those main cast members of like Rip, and if Beth actually goes down there, and then they can do more just Texas Ranch stuff.
They can do, yeah. No, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that'll be good. He'll kind of showcase that, and then all those characters can go back to the Yellowstone.
Yeah, after the
soap
year,
opera, and then they can do their
right. But I think Beth, like from a financial standpoint, I think she's looking into this whole beef thing. I mean, I think to save the ranch,
Summer's going to say, "Don't do it. We don't need more." Methane
we don't need more red meat.
Yeah,
we don't need more red meat.
Methane into the atmosphere to kill the CO2 and blah blah blah.
Right.
Hey everyone.
But she does say that she's starting to understand what John does for a living a little bit better. Like at the fair, she has that nice moment where she's like, I kind of understand more of what you're doing.
You're talking about Summer.
Yes. Yeah. Talking about Summer. Dude, we're about to wrap it up. Look at you and your.
We have the same joke. Look at us. Teeter's bar.
Teeter's bear. Teeter's bar.
Look at that coat.
Yeah, that's
You got a cigar there, man? Look at that. Nice. Dude, what is that? Like a sequin tuxedo?
It's a sequin tuxedo, indeed, Earl.
I applaud you. Tip of the cap to you, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Have we started yet?
Oh man, we're an hour
54
in.
minutes in.
Yeah, we're 54 minutes in.
What? There's 2 episodes you got to talk about. You got another hour to go.
No, we talked 37 minutes about 23, and now
that's more than it deserves.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, it didn't. Not a strong start. I didn't think. I thought.
Yeah, here.
Dude, we're shooting lions in the
Garrison's
Serengeti.
calling for it. We need red slots.
Yeah, I mean.
So okay, so what's the deal? Why? What was missing in 1923 for you?
Well, I don't know. It didn't feel as good. It wasn't as compelling as I thought 1883 was. 1883 got me right away. Starting with Isabel May narration is not a good way to start.
We mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me want to flip a table over.
Could have used a few more poison arrows in that heart.
Yeah. Listen, and this won't be a popular opinion probably, but Harrison Ford was phoning it in pretty bad. He didn't.
No,
you're full of no.
He didn't seem to have a lot to do. He looked.
I disagree.
As elderly as I've ever seen him.
He does. He does. No,
he couldn't. I mean, like it was a struggle to walk. Like he was just exhausting to take a step toward a building.
He looked retired in that one spot.
I
agree with you.
He didn't. I don't know that was great casting. There's nothing about that role that where
you're hurting Michael's heart.
It hurts mine too.
Old,
it hurts me too. I hate.
But I think he was fine though. From an acting standpoint, I think he was fine.
I don't think he did. I don't think there was much for him to do.
The courtroom scene was good.
Screen time than the guy in Africa. There were cougars that had more screen time than Harrison Ford in that episode.
Look, this is just the first episode. They've got to establish all these characters.
I don't know. That's why I'm saying it wasn't a strong start.
We've got like 10 new characters that we've got to
a strong start. It wasn't a strong start.
I disagree as well.
I think it was a strong start.
I think he's portraying.
I think Earl's in the middle somewhere.
An old person riding horses very aptly.
Yes.
I think if Rhett rode a horse, that's how he would walk, but it would probably be even worse. You'd need a wheelchair for Rhett.
No, I can't. I need a wheelchair after riding in a car. I was just in a minivan for 10 minutes and I got out. I was like, oh my gosh. I was hobbling to the car. My stomach hurts from just sitting up. I'm like, oh.
Don't look at Garrison's comments. He hasn't seen it.
Look, Garrison hasn't even watched the show.
Garrison is trying to enable you.
Morning Rhett. He hasn't even watched the show. This is ridiculous.
No,
how much are you paying Garrison?
No, Garrison's on to something. I've always thought he was really intuitive, and he just knows. He knows what's going on.
Hey, Rhett, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to replace Harrison Ford at one point in the series.
Oh,
mid-season
replacement. In episode 3, she takes over as head of the
Dutton family.
Cattle Commission.
Family, yeah. That's fair. You missed it at the beginning. We did a Dutton family tree just because it's insane.
I'm gonna go back and watch it, and that's a pretty bold statement because I don't normally watch this show, but I will watch it because I am interested in that as well. I have tried to work it out, and
it's a bit convoluted.
He's an uncle somewhere. There are
there's
a guy in Africa. I don't know how we get from there to John Dutton.
Spencer and John Dutton Sr.
I have
Spencer's
no idea
the one in Africa.
Okay.
Spencer's the one in Africa.
That is Tim McGraw's son.
That's Tim McGraw's son.
Youngest son.
Right. How do we get from him to John?
Well, his brother John Sr. is also in the show. We saw him, and his son is Jack, who's the young boy marrying the bachelor's sister.
Oh, he got shot and he's dead.
Well, we don't know.
I think you can't. I think you kill him. Because, remember how 1883 started? It started with the end. I think we started with the end again here, where Helen Mirren is the only person still alive in that whole family.
Well, now how
I see that scene. I see. Okay, I see. No. I'm tracking with you now. That one scene at the very beginning.
At the very beginning, when the guy's like crawling across the ground.
She's in and then she screams. She's enraged. Some people have died.
Oh, yes, sure. People have died, but she's not the only one left. That's not possible.
Well, we know John Dutton.
Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah, we know James Badge Dale's character lives, who is John Sr. because Dabney Coleman is John Sr.
Is that Dale? I didn't realize that's who that was.
That's James Badge Dale.
He was on one of the better seasons of 24.
Oh yeah, no, I love. Look, that's what I was saying. James Badge
I think
Dale,
he
he's
was
a
on
good actor.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 2, right?
No,
He was.
Was he? Because he was in Iron Man 3.
Oh, that's what it is. He's in
Yeah.
Iron Man 3.
He was in
Yeah,
Iron
Oh,
Man
okay.
3.
You're right.
yeah. He's been in a lot of good stuff actually. So yeah, that's James Badge Dale, and we
He's
ended up
Dabney Coleman.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
Dabney Coleman. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. He's John III's dad.
He'll live, but Harrison Ford obviously gets killed at some point, and
Sure.
Helen Mirren's screaming at the heavens.
Yeah, because
after
she's
shotgunning
fed
that
up
guy.
with it. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
been fed up with
It's
it.
like,
That's
why
a
is
good
this
point.
actor so old?
That's
He's-
good.
Yeah,
he
wow,
can't
we're
move.
so old, and then then she like grabs her back.
Awesome.
Oh, I do too, dude.
I do
I
too.
want.
24 was
I
awesome.
really thought that.
I miss Jack Bauer.
I
The
really
Jack
thought
Bauer
he would
Power
come back.
Hour. And then every now and then you get Kim Bauer Shower Hour. That was always good too.
Oh my gosh. Where did Kiefer Sutherland go? Like, why isn't he out doing stuff?
Well,
Like,
he
could
did
be-
that. Something president. What was that stupid show?
No,
Survive, Lone Survivor,
the
not Lone
last one
Survivor,
alive,
Designated
what's the-
Survivor.
Designated. That's the
Designated
stupid
Survivor.
Designated Survivor.
Wasn't he in that? Was it the Chris Pine action movie that you watched,
He was.
Michael? On
Yeah, the
Yes.
contractor. He was in
Yeah.
that.
Let's
And
put
he's
him into a Sheridan show.
He needs
Like
to be in a Taylor Sheridan show.
1948. We'll put him in. Put him on a
1940,
horse.
exactly.
I think he'd be more fitting in like a Tulsa King. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Are you
Kiefer
guys
was
looking-
good in Young Guns, but
you guys
I don't
looking
know
at
if
my hair?
old
Look at this.
Kiefer.
It's one of the best. This is one of the best hair days I've ever had.
That's a pretty amazing.
This looks fantastic.
You look great, Brett.
Let's blowing off their kneecaps off. That's an accurate statement.
Look, hey, Garrison, we're paying attention to Rhett's hair right now. Please.
I was not. Oh, he's frozen again. Rhett only comes on the show so his internet will freeze. So all
So
we
he
see
can
is his
derail,
hair.
take us back in time, and freeze.
And then freeze. Okay, he's
Yeah.
back.
All right, talk
I'm-
about Yellowstone now,
Look,
Rhett.
I'm
We're
streaming
trying
in high definition over here. It's taxing to the system.
I've got to
Yeah,
get
wait,
Rhett
didn't you just
present
buy
here. Let's
some?
finish
No,
up.
I'm just kidding. Just use your new iPhone. It'd probably be better internet. Just use 5G.
Nobody knows about the new iPhones, Michael.
Oh, sorry. Is anybody
Yeah.
watching?
Merry,
the
Merry
show
Christmas,
that would-
everybody who doesn't know.
Yeah, exactly. My bad.
Yeah.
They
don't-
Christmas
they
is in
don't
a couple days.
They're not going
They
to
don't
watch this,
watch.
right?
You're right.
Wait, are we getting
I
them?
could go down the whole Christmas list. They
Okay,
never know
so
if I put them
okay.
on this
Well,
show. It's like
what did you think of
hiding
Yellowstone?
presents in the
then?
oven.
I was trying to actually wrap this show up before you came on. What do you think about Yellowstone, the new episode? Is he frozen again?
Yeah.
Good grief. Oh, I'm exasperated. This
Doing
is
it on purpose.
I will bring something up about what
Oh.
Summer said. Summer said she lived in Gunnison, Santa Fe, Jackson Hole, and Telluride. Those
Okay.
are 4 of like the most uppity, rich California places in the Mountain West. So
right.
yeah, no duh, all the people there were D-bags because they're all from California.
Yeah. And that was appropriate for her to say. that she
Yellowstone's
was-
fine. Jamie's stupid. Beth was tolerable.
Yeah.
I mean,
good.
Jamie's real stupid, but I
Well,
mean, you
even
see,
Monica.
look, in Jamie's defense,
I mean, look at Sarah. I mean,
I'd be all in. Well, wait a minute. That didn't come out right.
Oh my gosh.
Me too, Dr. Earl.
Oh my gosh. I don't think we can say that.
On the plan.
on the
Yeah,
plan.
oh,
On the
okay,
plan.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
No.
one to impeach John.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was better than last week's where they just rode around on horseback.
No, that's the best. That's all I need. I need horseback. I need music. I need a concert.
more terrible music
fair.
this week.
No.
You didn't like Zach Bryan?
Dude,
Oh.
golly, your taste in music is horrible. Zach Bryan.
Oh my god! Says the guy that likes
Should have had
$2.
some NSYNC and Daft Punk
No,
and
no.
Nickelback and
No, he's more
Uh,
meatloaf.
I
He
like
just wants
season. No, I like season
meatloaf.
eight.
Sesame.
No.
CTI reference.
That's a deep dive reference.
That is a deep
You got to
dive.
get into our catalog in there.
Yeah, you have to dive deep for that one.
We
I don't even know if you
apologize
can
to our
find those
fans of
episodes anymore.
country and western music. Brett will not join you on that.
Country and Western.
Let me
well,
tell you
good,
about this.
Dr. Earl. He's not welcome.
Let me tell you about this jacket. First of all, it's $80 jacket. All right. And I'm going
18?
$80. I bought
I
this
believe
sucker.
it.
And I'm gonna
No
wear
wonder
it.
you're wearing it again.
I'm gonna wear it a lot. Okay. I'm meeting some friends at Waffle House Thursday. I'm wearing this. I'm going to a party Friday wearing this. Christmas Eve service at church. This is it. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking communion in this thing.
Sweet, man.
This is going everywhere.
Yeah.
The Waffle House.
Is it a rental?
Hey, Valentine's Day comes around. I'm gonna repurpose it for that.
Well, now that I could see. Yeah.
4th of July.
So you bought that.
Wear a nice blue shirt underneath
blue pocket square right here. I'm freaking Uncle Sam.
Little top hat on, grow your beard out, get your finger pointed.
Yeah, that's right. I want you.
I want you for.
You could go. You could go like you could be the ringleader at a circus. I mean, you've got cover all the bases.
Top hat. There you go.
Yeah. No, I get that.
There's all kinds of holidays you could repurpose that for. All right, so apparently we found out that 2 weeks for both episodes, so we're actually taking next Tuesday off because we have nothing. I mean, they're delaying both episodes by 2 weeks for some reason.
Thank you.
I guess Christmas is on the 25th, which is a Sunday. What holiday is it?
I don't believe that was real.
This is the time of year. So they have decided.
What about this woman? This Native American woman that was like captured by the Catholics, and
oh my gosh, he's Catholic.
Wait, you're going back to 1923?
Well, no, sorry. I meant to say something about that,
Earl.
Like that's, oh my God, like that was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, why are they in that situation, and who put them there? And who?
Well, when you go back to get the family tree, when you go back to get the family tree, you'll get a little history lesson as well.
Yeah, there's a long history of why
rainwaters.
Now, what we're not certain of is the timing of.
I did a little bit more research. It looks like the very last year that, like, the last one closed in like 1927.
Okay, so
they are barely squeaking it in.
Yeah,
that's why they didn't. That's another reason why they didn't sit it in 1932.
Yeah, exactly.
This was assimilation schools, like
assimilation school is basically
assimilation boarding schools, girls' schools.
So her parents actually sent her to this assimilation school.
Okay,
is basically what it is.
Well, I have never enjoyed seeing a nun beaten so much.
Okay.
I was like when she knocked her, when she took a swing at her, I was like, good. Like this is good. Like
but it does end up. It does end up that Sebastian.
Oh wait, is Earl is Earl defending this nun who's abusing this small child?
I was okay with
she's getting the savagery out of her. She's
do what?
Lord, Earl just called them savages. Oh my God!
This
Earl's
is
over there rubbing smallpox blankets on them. Now take that, you little bitches.
We have to discipline to bring them.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're speculating. I mean, if it tracks, we're totally speculating.
Yeah, I don't know.
If everybody else has left this debacle.
If it tracks, no. I mean, if it's historically accurate, then
it's live, baby.
We would think that her parents sent her there to assimilate into Western society.
Wow, it's not working too good.
So.
No, and Garrison's right. That's what they would have said back in those days.
Yeah.
I
mean, I was okay with her getting punished, but then the scuzzy priest, punished Rainwater again. I mean, it's
Rainwater? Oh boy, that's
Tiana Rainwater. Tiana Rainwater.
Is that his grandma?
Yeah, that's what we think. Yeah.
I missed that she was Rainwater. I guess
I think we think that's Thomas's. Yeah. I don't think that's what Taylor Sheridan.
Garrison, I agree. Taylor Sheridan would not say that, but he doesn't know history very well either, I don't think.
My inappropriate comment.
She's not there voluntarily. But she's also not there like the government didn't take a bunch of young Indian women and put them in this school. Her parents have to
that was the thing that was not made particularly clear is that this
because they don't Taylor Sheridan doesn't want it to be clear. He wants you to get the impression that they did round them up.
That's just how America worked. That's what they were doing. That's how America
they rounded them up and punished them and treated them
that's how it came across. And I know that's not what Surely
I'm not
that's
going to
not
say
what
that
happened.
these
I don't
schools
know.
were good. I'm not going to say that Native Americans were necessarily always treated the fairest, because they certainly weren't.
No,
but
obviously not. No.
Well, but let's also say
the Dolores Umbridge of this place.
Let's also say that schools did provide a certain level of corporal punishment more so now than now.
Yeah.
Native American or just general.
Oh, I've been look. I was paddled back in the day, back in the 80s. They didn't draw blood.
No.
Well, it's like the old nun with the ruler thing that movie.
Yeah, it's just a trope. It's a Hollywood trope.
Yeah, it's a trope, and it's taking an example of something that may have happened to the very extreme.
Correct. Yeah, and I don't know what that message. It didn't feel like it was a. I'm trying to we're being manipulated with it, and I don't want to be manipulated with it. That's not just me saying, "Oh no, America," USA. I'm saying it felt very forced. And
it was a little.
You have to be.
It was the extreme,
and I didn't like it. I mean, that was a subplot that I didn't.
Yeah, when I watched it the second time, I skipped through it. I'm like, I know exactly what happened here, and I don't.
She's going to be in that school long. I think she escapes pretty quick.
No,
I
that's
don't
what
think we're going to have
too.
to deal with the nun and the priest that long. I mean, hopefully not.
Yeah,
but that does lead to us talking about that one scene we forgot to talk about in Yellowstone, the rainwater scene, where he's with the senator.
That was a good scene.
We figure out that the federal government wants to run it.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
well, I'm for that.
I need my gasoline. Come on.
And I'll tell you what, I'll even compromise with rainwater. We will go around your reservoir, and we won't even touch underneath your reservoir. We'll go around it, but that thing's still going through.
Apparently they can't. Well, they said that it would be. She explained
least legal.
No, problem. Yes, I know, but I'm not saying go around the reservation. Yeah, they just didn't bring up the other part of go around the reservoir.
Because where's the joy and the conflict and look how awful the government is, and look how look
evil
how,
oil is.
Yeah, and how pure and perfect the natives are.
Right.
Like that's. I mean that.
But it also gets us to the point where
that's what we're being taught there, and
yes, and it gets us to the point where Rainwater and the senator are working together, making a joint statement. It gets us to that point too, and it gets us to the point where Rainwater makes some silly comment about Governor Dutton not really doing his job very well.
Right? Yeah. Which he doesn't do his job very well.
He's out on the range.
He doesn't do his job.
His job at all.
He's not interested in doing his job.
He's out with what's the deal with her? She's the environmental supervisor.
Advisor.
Yeah.
And
then, the environment of his bedroom.
I mean, like he never heard of the internet. He's so far behind all these other
he's out making out with
ranches across the the country, and I don't know. Yellowstone's fine. I didn't dislike this episode. It was it was good.
I think it sets up
1923. It was like I wouldn't have wanted to watch a second episode right away. I would have been like, nah. Let me. We'll come back to this later. I just really didn't love it. I
liked it. I thought it was.
I thought it was good. I thought it
was good as well, except for the Catholic bashing stuff. But I
mean, that really took me out of it, and I don't.
Yeah, I could have done without that.
And I didn't care for Harrison Ford in the role. I thought he was.
I think he'll grow into
it. He underplayed it. He underplayed it a little bit.
Stop.
Well, that's what he does. What he does.
Maybe, but he seemed pretty disinterested.
No,
that's what he does.
Garrison's right. He says not a strong star.
All right.
Why does he have it in
last
quotes?
bit I have about Yellowstone is I loved the scene with Ryan and Lainey Wilson separating what Ryan said. Cowboy, and that's how I sing. If the Grand Ole Opry is your Super Bowl, then moving 5,000 head to land we don't know and keeping that herd together, protecting them through winter and predators and new diseases, that's mine.
Yeah. And she says, I wish I was your dream.
Yeah, she still threw it back.
She was like, see ya.
I understand chasing a dream. I just wish I was your dream. Lainey Wilson's got it going on too, by the way.
Yes, she does. I think that
she could walk away from me any day.
I think that he'll probably choose her.
Yeah,
I think that he'll. My God.
This is such a sausage fest on here. And
what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Do you not think that Colby will end up taking his place? He's going to stay behind, and Colby will go.
That would make sense, I suppose. So him and Teeter together.
Yeah, so him and Teeter. Yeah.
Garrison.
Tor. Oh, that bar! Give me that bar.
Teeter is going to need an interpreter down. Well, actually, maybe she won't because they're going to Texas. Isn't she from Texas?
Yeah,
I think so.
They'll know what they mean.
Yeah, nobody talks like that.
No.
So
anybody in the whole world, and which goes now. I go back to 1923. Whoever has Isabel May speaking that way made a mistake. I don't know if it was, and I don't remember. Did the same person direct all of 1883, or did they scatter it?
I don't.
I think it was a lot of that Catherine Voros person.
Well,
but
whoever's brainchild it was to have her talk.
Well, that's Sheridan.
I think it's all Sheridan.
Leghorn in a
this
fight.
is all Sheridan. Hey, you could cosplay as Foghorn Leghorn with that jacket.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Get a little rooster.
It's terrible. No one from Tennessee ever spoke that way. That's a made up. That's how Northerners think people talk in the South, and it's not anywhere close to how they talk. You know how they talk like this,
like you.
Yeah, like talk like me.
They talk like a banjo.
Yeah. Okay, look. I mean, thankfully
like
for
my wife calls it banjo talk.
All right, we're done here.
All right.
So what we're gonna do, obviously, we're gonna take 2 weeks off or a week off. We're gonna take a week off for Christmas, because the shows are taking a week off. So
the show must go on,
according to IMDb, which can't always be trusted.
Never say that again.
It can't always be trusted. 1923 is taking a week off, and we know for sure that Yellowstone is taking a week off.
Yeah.
If that changes, if 1923 is not taking a week off, some of us will be back to talk about it on the 27th. Not you. You'll be in the hills of Kansas. I don't know. Does Kansas have hills?
Yeah.
No. The Dust Bowl.
Are there hills in Kansas?
No,
there's certainly hills in Kansas. I promise you.
Yeah,
we'll drive through them. Where I'm going to be, there are no hills.
Where you're going to be, there's no hills. Okay.
Wow.
But
so, Roth, where can people find you on the interweb, and what are you doing next on Good Day for a Movie podcast?
Yes, let's see. So, Good Day for a Movie podcast. That's the podcast. You can follow me on all the social medias, Roth in Wyoming. Our last episode was
the anime thing.
Yes, the anime memories. Our next episode is our Christmas episode, which comes out the morning of the 24th. We're going to release it a little early, 2 days early.
Right on.
Santa Claus.
Okay.
Yes.
I've never seen that movie.
What?
Cute.
You've never seen the Santa Claus, Earl?
No, that's the one I need to watch.
That's way past his time, dude.
I guess, but 1994.
His movie is the 1931 version of A Christmas Carol. That's his Christmas movie. That's when Earl was watching.
That's when I was a wee lad, and I was like, "Oh, this is so good! Oh, there is the Christmas Carol."
My kid puts The Office on and just puts it on a loop. He does that with Duck Soup.
Hey, I do like some Duck Soup.
That tracks. That tracks.
I do like me some Marx Brothers.
Sorry, Roth. Please finish your plug.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Santa Claus is next, and then we will have our 2022 year in review episode. We're actually recording that one tonight.
That dude, that Sage guy.
What?
Is it with Sage?
Yes, it's with both of my co-hosts.
That Sage guy. Yes, that's one of the co-hosts. Yes,
I do like this vendetta that Earl has against Sage because he hated Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Because he hated Raiders, yeah.
But and then it's my pick next. I'm leaning towards Idiocracy.
Oh, that'd be good. That's a good one.
Ooh, Idiocracy, nice.
Yeah, is 1923 accurate, Earl?
Yeah, I love the 20s.
Dr. Earl cannot be found anywhere on social media except for the Deucecast Discord. Rhett,
I'll be at a speakeasy where the
getting a soda pop and a cola.
That's right.
Rhett's on Twitter, but he's not. You can look for him. You'll have to look him up.
I'll be on the street downtown pimping in this.
Yeah, in that jacket. Exactly.
I gotta turn out some hose.
If you need register downtown where he lives, he's just gonna be walking the street, just showing it off.
He'll be at the local piano bar playing the piano.
Hit it just right.
Oh my gosh! You're gonna walk into Waffle House and they're gonna think you're the owner. They're gonna be like,
"Oh yeah! Oh, look at this! Look at this big shot!"
Geez. Tomorrow we have a very special episode of the Deucecast movie show coming out. It's our Christmas gift. Yeah, exactly. Christmas gift episode with one Garrison Rifen, who's been hanging out in the chat all night, even though he doesn't watch 1923 or Yellowstone. But he'll be on the Deucecast with us tomorrow. That should release normal time, depending on when David gets me the file. And we will be back in 2 weeks. I hope everybody has happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Yes,
whatever you celebrate,
Christmas,
have a good time. Have a safe trip
Merry
in Kansas.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see you guys in a couple weeks for the next 2 episodes of Yellowstone and 1923.
Merry Christmas.
And Bad Batch soon.
Bad Batch very soon.
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Boom.